Last time we were about shields and how to draw them. This time we have a harder topic: skull protection and the helmet. Don't get the wrong idea. Compared to the other armors, the helmet will be the most drawn, as the head usually is. But thus, I also recommend on how to draw faces. It will be a good idea for this, but that will not happen here, I'm afraid. So, what is a helmet? In short, it is any object worn on the head to protect the skull against impact. A good helmet is made with two protections: a hard part and within a softer part of in ancient time often just a leather strap, because you don't want the dented parts to impact so because you don't want the dents from the impact to burrow into your skull. The helmet also has its use outside of combat. You can easily recognize the construction helmets and the helmets worn by motorbikes as falling objects or an impact with the floor can be used, can also split the skull. For warfare, however, a helmet protects the skull against projectiles and melee weapons, and can be built to protect and neck, its face and neck areas as well, at the cost of awareness and or mobility. Why should I want to draw a helmet? Usually a helmet obstructs more than half of the head, so the status of a main character is quickly lost. So give a character a lot of blood armor can be enough to give a quick and easy way out for drawing a helmet. Not wearing a helmet also makes the character more heroic or stupid. You must also take into account the pros and cons. A helmet is heavy and can obstruct sight. If most weapons it will be confronted with have an easy enough force to get through its defense, it will be more liability and should be discarded. Of course, the last way out. But also remember that in modern times the army and sword forces still wear helmets. The last way out. Does the helmet work against it? A leather or a metal helmet can be dangerous to, to a long exposure to the sun, but usually the rest of the armor is discarded first. With that out of the way, we go with functionality and wealth. First, does the wearer or its employee have enough money to buy the best of the best? Of course, a pot helmet is better than none at all, but often, if the soldier is not in full armor, it will be a waste to wear a fully armored helmet that protects its face and neck. The last part is function. How is a helmet used? Is it used to blindly charge into its surroundings? Is it used to blindly charge so the surroundings is not important? Then we can easily go with a full armored helmet, with its slit just barely enough to see through and the rest of the head fully armored. Usually the visor was invented to give the wearer the chance to take on its surroundings, knowing where to direct his attention and give some breathing room. Your awareness, however, fails when the visor is down. These kinds of helmets also give you the most artistic, artistic give you the most artistic freedom and joy. The foot soldiers, however, need to be more aware. Most of the front protection isn't on the helmet there. and often the ears are exposed also, so it can hear the commands and adapt its formation accordingly. Even adventurers that use helmets have these kinds of helmets because it makes them more aware to danger. Like stated previously, helmet can also be created to protect more than just the skull, like the guards that protect the neck that often is worn by samurais. How do you draw a helmet? We of course use a basic face where a cross is used. As you can see, the horizontal is where the eyes are, and the vertical is where the nose is. So you can see the most easy for a helmet are these parts, protecting the skull. Then you have the pot helmets. Okay. So you can also these are the most medieval basic helmets. Roman helmets are built with the same function, but also protecting the side of the face, but with the ears open, so they can hear the marching orders of the commanding officers. They usually also have a back protection. It is on the other side. As you can see, I will use the back. With a neck protection. The samurai is also the same. Oops. You can also see that you can also give the helmet some direction, decoration. The upper part is usually the most easiest to decorate. You can see with the Roman helmet, they usually have a. Oh, they usually also have here with a more elaborated mohawk to give us status. Yeah, it's kind of fun to do this. Modern sword helmets usually helmets with plexiglass protecting the face. So if you want to have a modern soldier helmet, you can also give it. Uh, oh, let's go to the samurai helmet now. The samurai. Usually, that's not the samurai helmet. It's the samurai helmet. Some samurai helmets have other protections, like sometimes a mask protecting, or just functioning as a mask to scare off the. Like I said before, uh, most helmets have a protection inside with the helmet within it. So this is the protected, the metal usually. And here's some linen or leather that is wrapped around. So, like I say, when there's a bludgeoning damage, it can be stopped. But if it's the bludgeoning damage, but if this is already the helmet, then you have your bludgeoning damage. This bye bye brains. So knight helmets, or in this case also more expensive helmets, have 3 layers usually. Even that. Firstly, they are wrapped into linen, into linen hoodie. Then they have a chainmail hoodie over it, and usually that it stops. Even that functions as a helmet, because trust me, you don't want impact on your chainmail on your skin. So linen is essential. And with that, we go with the real helmet over it. Helmets can also get into more parts, but we're going for the more. You can see all of this. You don't see also, but I'm back. And like I said before, you can usually decorate the helmets with everything you see fit. Um, we can also go to more helmets, but let's give some more examples. You can exist more. So like you see here, the lower part that is more parts of the middle helmet, the middle armor, the real armor in this case, and another goes in front of it. Like I said, in this case, we have here an example, of course, where the line is. But in this case, you can cheat some and say that the splits is here if it looks more. Of course, take into account that there's also a side. I've got fun. Okay. To protect the nose as well, as you can see. And as you can see with more older helmets, yep, it's not right. There's also a chance that the sides are not made of the same materials as the top and are sometimes just chainmail or just chainmail with the linen leather out of it, so it's thinner, so you can hear things. But I forgot one of the more important things of some helmets. They have a nose protection. And that also not only protects against the impact of the nose, but when a sword hacks here, can also protect the eyes in this case. Stab, however, is not that good protected, but that is one of the things your shield is used for. Well, in this case, I'm done. I hope this amateur didn't waste too much of your time, and I hope you had fun. Hour out.